Okay, I haven't updated in a little bit because I think it was like week before last, my computer like just went downhill. And then I was on it and the mouse froze up and I tried to restart it and it like would not cut on. It just would not come on. All of my stuff is on there. My husband's going to have to take the hard drive out and put it into another computer to get all of my stuff. Hopefully that'll work. But yeah, so I was without a computer and then right after that I ended up going on vacation to the mountains again, which was, oh my god, it was really fun, but there was 11 people, so it was kind of chaotic, but whatever. So anyways, my parents said that since my computer like crashed and they knew I needed one, they were going to give me, like 400 or 500 bucks to get like a secondhand something to like get by or whatever. Well, then that changed and they started telling me that they think that I really need a laptop because I do a lot of stuff on the computer. Like I really do. And I know a while ago I mentioned that I'm doing a website. Well, I had kind of given up for the most part because I got frustrated and I just didn't have enough time. But then I got back into it and I've got like my own domain and everything. I'm trying to learn how to do that because like everything I do on the computer, like I have to teach myself and it takes a little time because things have changed so much so fast that it's hard to keep up. So anyways, I do a lot of stuff on the computer and then they really think that, with my kids and everything, it just would be easier to have something that I can move around to take with me places and stuff. So they went out and they bought me a brand new 17-inch MacBook Pro and I'm like, "Oh my god, are you serious? Like this thing costs more than my first car did." It's really nice. I really like it, but it's been challenging kind of getting used to the operating system and just how everything works because I've always been like a PC girl and I've never ever tried. I think that like back in the day we had like a Macintosh, like it was like one of those old school computers. But since then I haven't messed with any of this. I know nothing about it, and so I don't even know if I'm recording this video correctly right now. It's just a lot to learn. So, anyways, that's that. I've finally got that, so now I can actually move around and have a change of scenery in the background. But, I want to do this video because I have been encountering problems. Not complaining because these are to be expected. Like, this is not something that I think is totally, like, out of the norm or whatever. It is to be expected, but I mentioned that, these are temporary dentures, and I've said plenty of times before why it's necessary to replace those. I don't know if you guys notice, and I don't mind if you do because I know I sure do. They do not fit my mouth anymore. Like, they just don't fit. I had them relined, my bite is thrown off, and they just... My smile is kind of crooked. Like, just looking at me right now, it might be hard for you to tell, but like if you go back to some of my previous videos, like my really early videos, you'll see that my face was much fuller looking. Like it's just starting to look really thin down in here, and they just feel really big in my mouth. And I've been having problems like when I eat because the top, it feels like it's going back so far that like when I eat, sometimes food will slide back there and like get stuck, like, and I almost choke. It's really crazy. They're getting uncomfortable. I'm getting a lot of sore spots like right down in this area, down in there, and a little bit over in here because my bottoms is where I had most of my decay. And I mentioned before that I had already lost a lot of bone in that area, plus I was missing 2 of my molars, and it's really uneven down there. So now that my gums have changed even more than that, the dentures just they're crooked. They're really crooked, and it's putting pressure in certain spots, like more than other spots or whatever, and Like when I smile, you can't really see my bottom teeth that good. It's starting to look really noticeable that it's about that time to change them. And I know I've said this so many times, but um, I'm weighing out my options on the cosmetic dentures. I'm trying to determine like what what's going to be the best route for me and whatnot, because like I want them to last. I want them to last, and I don't want to be unhappy with them. So I'm just really trying to take time to think about like what exactly it is I want to do as far as that goes. Implants for right now, I'm gonna hold off on them because I'm not super excited about them like I was initially. I feel like I manage very well with dentures, and I'm pretty positive that I would need bone grafting on the bottom because it's so thin. Like, it's I don't even know how to explain it. Like, I don't know the proper terminology for this, but it's like all around, like it's not a flat surface, like it's really thin all the way around. It's like barely any bone there. It's just crazy. So I'm pretty sure I would need something to help support implants. I don't think that I would be able to support implants with just my bone the way it is right now. And also, after doing a little bit of research and everything, I don't think that it's as necessary as I once thought it was. And I can always leave it, open. I can always go that route if I decide to later. But right now, I just want to get some nice looking, good fitting, quality dentures. Um, the dentures themselves, they have held up pretty good as far as like the material isn't really breaking down that bad. There are spots that look like they're starting to wear, but it's not like, it's not like they're totally out of control or anything. I mean, they pretty much still look, you know, pretty similar to how they looked when I first got them, but I have had them since December of last year, and since then things have just changed so much that it's really, really, really time to replace them. A reline will not work. My entire mouth structure has changed to the point that these teeth don't fit anymore. So that's a good reason why, your dentist recommends to not keep the temporary teeth and to get the permanent ones. So, and then you'll probably have that issue with, permanent teeth. I know a lot of people say that, people go like a decade or more with the same set or whatever, and that's fine if it works for them, but in my opinion, I feel like you should always have like an optimal fit. Like, you should never compromise the fit. Like, aesthetics are one thing, but like you should have a good fitting denture, because those sore spots are like nothing to mess with. And biting your food, being able to chew properly, being able to talk properly, even now with the way they are, I find myself sometimes slurring my speech because they're not positioned properly. My adhesive is not lasting as long as it did. I used to have be able to get an all-day hold out of my adhesive, but now, since there's so much space, left open on certain spots where they aren't fitting properly, it pulls it right up because there's not really good suction anymore. So it's about time to have those changed. I'm going to do another video once I get everything compiled. I want to talk about like home remedies for dentures. I've came across a lot of really interesting things that you can use around your house to take care of your mouth and your dentures and stuff like that. So I'll be doing a video about that soon, hopefully. But I want to make sure that I can even get this one up on YouTube right now, because like I don't know what I'm doing. Like, I'm in iMovie right now recording this. So if any of you out there are Mac users and you're familiar with this, with iMovie and recording videos on your laptop or on your Mac or whatever, then please send me some like hints or tips or suggestions, or point me in the right direction, because like I'm totally lost. But anyways, that's that for today. Take care.